what you already know. Under the waves, still and be safe. Hold on till they break the shoreline. Home was home beside an ocean.
One straight road that went unbroken.
Hopes unfold, you lose your footing.
Eyes grow old when you aren't looking.
No one knows the dark confession.
Only cracks to let the light in when your eyes are on the ceiling
And the lights are low,
and the voices keep repeating
what you already know. Under the waves, still and be safe. Hold on till they break the shoreline. Be still,
Be still,
you're safe.
you're safe, your burden is mine. When your eyes are on the ceiling
And the lights are low,
and the voices keep repeating what you already know. When your eyes are on the ceiling
and the lights are low,
and the voices keep repeating what you already know.
under the waves, still and be safe. Hold on till they break the shoreline.
Good day. We're ready.
Born
for
ready.
the
Just born ready.
audio. Are we on the show now?
Are we? I don't
Look
know.
at all our beautiful viewers. They're here.
Wow.
Are we here? Are we?
They even,
can
like,
hear us?
I was like, wow, they're on time, and we're on time, except we're just our normal.
We're
rate.
not on time
Yeah.
actually, but you know,
No,
we're
we're just
about as on time as
on
we
time for this
normally
show,
are.
yeah.
Right. We're musician standard time.
Yeah.
That's what we call it. Hello, everyone, and welcome
Hello.
to Quarantinapalooza 50.
Something 9?
59.
59.
That's not the fun one, but
It's not the fun one.
no, we'll get there.
It's
sooner or
not
later.
nice. It's eh.
Eh. I'm Sarah Donner,
I'm Michael McLean.
and we are very glad that you are here. Who's here?
And this is Squiffy.
Squiffy the kitten. We
Squiffy
have.
Squiffs.
Oh yeah, we've got all the kittens
Just down
in
here
our crotches.
I got an Ann Bonnie. Oh, who's chewing on the cable?
Oh, it's shark bait.
Shark bait.
Shark bait. We have an Ann Bonnie. We got a Squiffs. Oh, and we're both wearing
Doubloons.
llama shirts. So-
Completely
There.
not coordinated.
Wait,
on
wait.
purpose.
Hold on. Mine's cute, but yours is like especially clever. So mine says Llama Deus Mozart.
I think that's really clever.
It is, but yours is like, I don't know. So you gotta see.
I remember when you bought that T-shirt, we were at TwinCon.
Yeah.
And you went to that mall, and they like scammed you into buying 5 other things and
Yeah.
made you feel good about it
That's,
somehow.
that's right.
Just
But
to
it
get
was
that
worth it. I
t-shirt?
think I had to spend $40 to
Yeah.
like, get this t-shirt, but no, I felt
Yeah.
I'm still wearing it. So
Mine says llama just killed a man.
yeah, but to keep I don't know if they can see like
That he
it's
dressed as queen. Yeah.
it's a Freddie Mercury llama.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
now that we've explained all the
Let's
jokes,
explain all the jokes like we usually
That's-
do on this show.
that's what makes us such a
Oh,
great
look at our
show.
friends.
Who do we get?
Karate Joe is here. Kate is here. Kate says llama. Adam
Llama!
Wisnowski. Sam Mulligan. Dude, I was so excited when I learned about 5 minutes ago that you're the musical guest tonight. I
That's
love you,
how
man.
on top of
Um,
things we are
Look,
today.
I care about the things I have to care about. I knew we had a musical guest. I didn't need to, but now
That's
I can.
true. That's true. Yeah.
Um,
So Sam Mulligan is going to be playing this evening. Hopefully a song about pizza. Maybe we can talk about pizza later.
I heard he has new songs about pizza.
What? Oh my God. Okay. I've consumed so much pizza in the past 14 months, 15 months. Like it used to be a treat, like once a week, maybe twice, because you'd have the leftovers. But now it's
It's
just,
just like shove the pizza in my face.
it's like what's for dinner? I don't know, pizza. Nah.
It's the quarantine food.
It is the quarantine food.
Foster Dad Dennis, hello. Sari Cat, hello.
Hello,
Welcome.
welcome.
Everyone. We
And-
have a really exciting show tonight.
Like every night.
No, but I'm like particularly excited about this one.
We were basically interviewing before we even turned this. Before Daniel turned us on. Daniel turned us on. What was I gonna say?
I don't know.
I distracted myself with my own delightful jokes.
Oh yeah, we
Uh,
have Michael Thomas Ford coming on, and he is so delightful.
mhm.
And
We might talk about bees again.
we might talk about bees again, just like last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Michael Thomas Ford, the 5-time Lambda award-winning author of many, many, many things.
He has all the trophies behind him. Wait till you see
Yeah,
them.
yeah. There's like a light show. There's like a laser show with the trophies.
Mhm.
Yeah, but so we're
Mhm.
gonna talk to him about a whole bunch of stuff. I have
Yes.
questions.
We
I
have
so many
questions.
questions. And Sam Mulligan.
Sam Mulligan, you
Yeah.
can play. And then, of course, we will be playing some Jackbox games at the end of the show with Damsels of Dorkington, in which you, our delightful audience, are invited to play. If you are new to the show and watching for the first time, welcome. This is not a children's show, so
We say fuck.
yes, exactly. So let that be. We will talk about sex. We will talk about all kinds of
We
adult
can't-
themed things.
We can't not talk about sex in this show because we have an actual sexpert.
Yes.
Sex.
According
I
to
have so many
Wikipedia.
questions. I have so many questions.
We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other situation? How's your week?
That's fine.
Same as last week.
Made a bunch of tap
Yeah.
handles.
Yeah. I got my second shot yesterday. Mm.
Boom.
Mm.
Tap.
Woo-dee-doo.
To that time.
Yes, and I feel very fortunate and lucky that I've had a sore arm and couldn't quite go as fast on the treadmill as I normally do. But
Amanda's over there in the corner dying like some Victorian lady.
yeah, she's got blankets on her and
We don't know if she's gonna pull through or not.
yeah. Yeah, there you go. You heard her say. Yeah, touch
She
and
says
go.
it's touch and go. Yeah.
She may join us for Jackbox if her fingers can work the screen. We'll see
Yeah,
how much
we'll see
energy
how
she
it goes.
has. Yeah, I think that's all the things. I'm gonna play a couple songs.
Yeah,
to
I'm
get
gonna-
us started. I think.
I'm gonna move these kittens. What's
What?
that? She's on the fainting couch.
Amanda's
yes.
on the fainting.
She's fainting. Yeah, she's on the fainting couch.
Oh.
I don't know. Do your thing. I lost track of what we were doing, so maybe just play some music,
Gonna
and then
play a
we're
couple songs.
gonna talk to Michael Thomas Ford,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll do some other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This all sounds great.
And these two are just chewing on faces. Chewing on.
Special hello to those of you lurking and not in the chats this evening. Hello and welcome, and thank you for hanging out with us. Yeah, I'm gonna play a couple songs. I got distracted like I do. Speaking of distracted, I got a referral this week from my primary care doctor to get a neuropsych test for ADD, which I'm excited about because yes, I'm talking to my therapist. She was like, I think that's a good idea. And I was like, I have a lot of reasons to think that this is a thing that I have. Talking about like forgetting lyrics, like feeling immediacy and urgency to like publish and put things out without like going over and doing a good like solid job of being patient about things that you make, that I make. So yeah, I'm kind of excited to maybe blame my blame my mistakes on that. So I'm gonna go.
So could we look forward to a future of like super slick releases on
Yeah.
YouTube or?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me get that that neurodivergent stuff out of here and see what I could do about it. But yeah, I'm kind of excited to maybe put a name to these things that I've been feeling for many years. All right. Should I play some?
Yeah, you
music?
should play some music.
All right.
The balloons.
Let's
The
see.
balloons.
Whoop. I'm just gonna do some stuff from The Mess We Make, which was the last album that I released. All right. And oh no, I need my glasses again. I try to be so slick and I'm like, I don't need my glasses. My glasses.
Where are they?
They're in the bedroom next to the window where my drugs are.
Yep.
Like the drugs that I need, not the drugs I don't need. Those are over there. Those are not the fun drugs. Thank you.
Yeah, the fun drugs are next to your piano.
Yeah, I keep them next to the piano when I'm teaching. Very important. Okay. Kittens. Come here. Do you want to be on camera? Yes, you do. Oh, nope. Come on. I'm very focused, as you can see. Totally not distracted. Oh, is original audio turned on? No, it was not. Thank you. Now it is. Yeah.
It's beautiful, the mess I made. I buried myself in the stains. Pulled the pin on the grenade. Inside your mouth, inside my brain. But through it all, you never quit. The days are long and I admit it's nights when I don't want to live. You pick me up and bring me a song unspoken, words you lost beneath the broken branches of the path you paved, heavy-hearted when life started sooner than you thought. It's beautiful, the mess we make. So reach out to the better ones who bring us back when we are done. When darkness makes you feel alone, turn around, start running home. 20 years is not enough to smooth the edges that were rough. destroy it, I'll destroy it, I'll destroy it. All the songs unspoken, words you lost beneath the broken branches on the path you paved, heavy-hearted when life started sooner than you thought. It's beautiful, it's beautiful, it's beautiful, it's beautiful, it's beautiful, the mess we make. Oh, thank you. Put your emojis together for me. Yes, thank you. When you clap for me, though, I don't want the clap claps. I want the washing hand emojis. That's how we do it. That's how I did it for a long time until someone pointed out that, sorry, you're not actually clapping for the artists. You're washing your hands at the artists.
I think that's better.
I was like, is that what that is? Oh, I didn't have my glasses on. Sorry. So, yeah. And it's good. Ooh. Hey, girl. Hey. I'm going to do, so this is a song called Rosalind about Rosalind Franklin. Ooh. And she, oh, hey, girl. Hey, that's gross. What's going on, capos? Hey, girl. There we go. Okay. Nope, that's... I think I might need a new capo. This one is a little... I think it's been worn down. It's been worn down and pressed into the strings too many times. Yeah, so Rosalind Franklin...
If anyone wants to order her a birthday present, it's a cut capo.
Okay, but I don't want to get, like...
Just one.
But just one. Just one cut capo. That's enough. Gosh. Yeah, it's my birthday coming up on the 22nd. Shoot, should I have had a birthday list ready to go? I didn't know. Rosalind Franklin discovered the double helix and the molecular structure of DNA, and then it was hijacked by Watson and Crick, who were like, "What have you discovered, lady? We'll take this off your hands and we'll get the Nobel Prize for it. We'll take care of that." Okay. Yeah. And there's a movie about her starring Jeff Goldblum, and he plays Watson or Crick, whichever one was the dick. I don't know, but it's pretty. Yeah, no, they were both dicks, but Watson. Thank you, Amanda. Watson was the dick. Okay, so yeah, that's Jeff Goldblum. I mean, he was just Jeff Goldblum. What is Jeff Goldblum? Anything but Jeff Goldblum. Okay. I give you. Da, 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 da. Okay. Look at you both go. You stand on my shoulders and take away photo 51 with a shadow. You run away when you see the scope. That is when you know what you can take away. Like my x-ray eyes, I see through your lies. Like DNA, I won't
They love it. The kids are all about it. Yeah. Thanks. All right. I'm gonna do one more song because we've got some fascinating humans to get to with the show this evening. Hi, buddies. Oh, hi. Oh, hi. They're so aloof. Hi, babies. All right. I guess if you want to see my face. Whoop. There we go. All right, so this is the better part of me. Man, I haven't played this song in a long time. I booked my first like in-person gig in July at a barcade that opened up during the pandemic here in New Bedford, Massachusetts, and I'm pretty excited about it. Like, I've wanted to go and support the establishment so many times, but then at the same time, it's like, I don't want to touch all these video games that all these other people have touched. But I'm pretty excited that they are supporting live music in this town. And yeah, I'm going to be in the Pacific Northwest in July. Hi. More to come on those shows. It's a slow booking process because I don't know how to book shows anymore, and a lot of music venues aren't awake. They're not awake. They're sleeping. Oh, hi. Do you want to just hang out? He's like, no. Okay. So yeah, if you're in the Pacific Northwest and you know of any DIY spaces or are comfortable hosting a house concert or something like that, around Portland, Seattle, Eugene, Bend, other places around there that I can steal Amanda's car and drive to, I will be there in early July. So, all right, let me know. She said, "You're better than this. I thought you don't know the rest. I'm not one to say all the things I should. You act like we'll all be okay, but I don't have time to waste around and hope that pieces fall to place like holy Jesus Christ. It's not a miracle I need. And I know I'm not easy to move, and that isn't easy on you. I promise I'm trying my best to prove. That said, it's not hard to see you are the better part of me. 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 And I don't need walk to the sea. I need waters that rise to proceed. I don't need anything taking me higher. And I don't need broken hearts making me see. I need words that make skeptics believe. I don't need every sunrise to be brighter. I know I'm not easy to move, and that isn't easy on you. I promise I'm trying my best to prove. That said, it's not hard to see you are the better part of me. The better part of me. Better part of me. The better part of me.
I have to move Squiffy though.
You gotta move to Kittens. All right, we are going to. Whoop.
That's
Oh,
fine.
gosh,
It's
I had
just the whole chat is in my hand.
Okay,
The
well, I
whole
thought it was
chat
like a glass of
is in
beer,
my
and
hand.
boo.
No, it's just like Sari Cat.
We
and-
spilled liquids earlier this evening, so
We got it
hopefully
out of
that's
the
not
way.
going to happen again tonight.
Not in a sex way.
It just meant beer.
It was
Actually, I spilled seltzer.
water.
It was seltzer water. It was just water.
Did I ban anyone by accident when she bumped me?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Someone let me know. It's
Okay.
fine. Hi, David C.
David C. Hello.
Jeannie Clancy.
Oh my gosh.
Hello. Look at all these lovely
Jenny
books.
Clancy.
Lorraine. I love you, Lorraine. Okay.
All right.
Hi.
All right. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Are we ready for a Michael
We're
Thomas
ready.
Ford?
I don't know. I have all these questions.
You don't know?
I have all these
I
questions.
recall a wall of trophies behind you.
Oh no, I feel like Daniel might work some magic and put a wall of trophies behind. Oh, he did! Oh my god. Look at all the trophies.
I wish I'd known about the wall of trophies.
Are those actual Lambda trophies? I don't know what kind of trophies those
Looks
are.
like there's
You
like
turn off the original audio.
I shut off the original.
Okay, are we
Hmm.
Michael Thomas Ford,
Hello.
welcome to Quarantinapalooza. It is so lovely to have you on.
It's lovely to be on.
Do you mind introducing yourself?
I don't know if I can with this wall of trophies behind me. I'm Michael Thomas Ford. I have written a bunch of books, none of which have been particularly successful, but they're out there. And
You got trophies?
I do have trophies.
I mean,
You know, I know we were going to talk about the trophies because I would have shown you the Ghost Lammy.
Ghost Lamney?
Yeah. So the Lambda Literary Award has had an evolution, and when it began, it was a lucite. It's a lucite block that's shaped like a book, and then in the middle of it is this plastic metal, and then your name is either etched on it or whatever.
Mhm.
But over the years, they changed from lucite to glass, because the lucite ones, some of them did this bizarre thing where the entire thing would become cloudy, except the metal would be projected onto the front of the lucite. So we started calling them the ghost lammies because you can't actually read them. All you see is this ghostly figure of what it says.
And this is just like a weird materials problem. And now
I
you
guess
have
it
these
is,
awards
because
that,
I
like,
don't. I only know, I think, 2 other people whose lammies did this,
Mm.
and it may be because we've kept them in a box in a garage for 20 years. I don't know, but it's really cool. But I didn't know we were going to talk about it, so I didn't.
I don't know. We're just spontaneous here. We never know what we're going to talk about here.
I'll come back and I'll show you the ghost lammy. I'll have to
Okay.
find it.
Okay. Okay.
I
Yeah,
mean, and
we're
you
gonna
joke
have-
about not being successful, but I mean, you have these
Let's-
5 awards, and like I was just listening to one of your books on Audible, and like you're published and all of those things,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, you know, people either think that writers are Stephen King or they're nobody.
Mhm.
And there's this weird in between level. I've been doing this full time for 30 years, which
Mhm.
is very unusual.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
And because people either think, oh, well, you've got all these books, where are your 12 mansions and your yachts and your whatnot? But there is a subgroup of authors like myself who just have done it steadily forever,
Mhm.
but have
Like,
never
made a living, like
As
a
an artist.
reasonable living. As
Yeah, absolutely. But people will say to you, you know, the horrible question for authors is, have I read anything you've written? And usually for most people, with me, the answer is no, unless they're teenagers or gay men or
Mhm.
read that kind of book.
Or gay teenagers.
Or gay teenagers, exactly. So it's a strange thing. And like most of the most successful writers are people you've never heard of.
Mhm.
They're usually people who write romance, or in the old days, it was like Westerns, like the kinds of books my dad read. And no one knows their names, but they've got dozens and dozens of books out, and they're in, airport bookshops and things like that.
Yeah. So let's talk about some of those books.
Okay, yeah.
Shall we?
Can I talk to you about a book you wrote 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Because it's fresh to me, because I just finished it like, okay, so it was like 2 hours before the show, and I was like, I have 50 minutes left of Suicide Notes, which is the book I'm talking about, which is great, and I loved it. I have 50 minutes left of Suicide Notes. I have to do the thing I never do where I go like time and a half. I'm like, I gotta get this done. I gotta get this book finished. And it's such a good book, and it is a young adult novel. I don't think it's giving anything away to say it's about suicide. Like the protagonist tries to commit suicide. It's called Suicide Notes. And one of the things that struck me immediately off the bat about it was that the voice that you were telling the story from seemed so much more real to me than, like, I read a bunch of young adult literature, and like it always seems to be this very like idealized character, and then maybe they have this problem like, oh, maybe this boy or girl likes me, or maybe they don't, or whatever. But like immediately I connected with your character, Jeff, who is writing, I guess, I don't know if it's like a journal or something like that. That is Suicide Notes. But like, but he is like a snarky little shit like I was when I was 15, and he's conflicted, and he's awkward, and he doesn't really know what's going on, and there's good things about him and bad things about him. And it seems like it was so much more real than a lot of the voices that I read in books. And I was just wondering, how do you come up with that voice that you're telling your stories in? Like, where did that come from?
Well, that's an interesting question, because there is this weird, they call it the YA voice, and it's these oddly adult sounding kids, and like kids don't really talk like that in real life. Like you read a lot of YA books and it sounds like they're written by a script writer who's already picturing the TV show and who's going to play this kid. And usually kids don't talk the way they do in these books. And when I wrote Suicide Notes, which was my first YA novel, I just wrote it the way that I talked, because the kid's basically me. And I was one of those horribly awkward teenagers who thought they were way more grown up than they actually were.
One of us. Okay, sorry.
Well, I did. Like, I grew up very isolated and very, like, I didn't really leave my room from 5th grade till 11th grade. We lived in a very rural area. My bus route was an hour each way, and I didn't have neighbors or friends really. And so I thought I was this isn't even answering your question at all. I was going in a totally different way, but I thought I was so much smarter and more mature than everybody in my school. Have you seen the movie Booksmart?
No.
Booksmart, it's about these girls who it's their last day. They're high school students, and all they've done is concentrate on getting into good schools. And they get their letters and they get into Harvard or Yale or someplace. Well, then they find out that all the stoner kids also got into Harvard and Yale, and the slutty girl also got into Harvard or Yale. And they suddenly realize that all these people that they thought weren't as good as they were actually are. And that was me. Like, I really thought I was just so much smarter than all these other kids in my school, because academically I probably was. But emotionally, I wasn't, because I had spent 7 or 8 years locked in my bedroom, not talking to anybody. And this sounds really weird, but I didn't realize it until I applied to be an exchange student. And I got rejected. And they told my parents that they didn't think I was emotionally mature enough to handle it. And I was younger than everybody else that was applying, but still, I remember just thinking, well, what the fuck do they know? Like, who are these people? And so instead of doing that, I went off to college, where it was even worse, because I was 16 years old and trying to pretend that I was an adult.
Wait, you went to college at 16 years old?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I dropped out. I didn't drop out of high school. I just never went to my senior year.
Why?
Well, so that's where Jeff comes from. I'm taking my glasses off because I got progressives recently, and the computer screen is in that weird area where like you just look blurry. So
we're actually blurry in real life. It's cool.
I thought maybe that was true.
That's the Zoom filter that makes us look real sexy.
So I was very suicidal in high school,
Mhm.
not to the point of actually doing it, but like I probably wouldn't have been all that sad if a meteor had hit my house, if that makes sense.
Yep.
And I've spent most of my life that way, actually,
Mhm.
even as an adult. Yeah, like you don't actively think about doing it, but you sort of think, hey, if I found out I had cancer tomorrow, I might not actually be all that horrified about it. And I know that sounds callous, but it's true. So that was me in 11th grade of high school. I just didn't want to be there.
Mhm.
And there weren't any other options.
Mhm.
And out of the blue, I got this letter in the mail one day from this college that said, we've seen your SAT scores and we'd like to offer you early admission, which, no one in my family had gone to college. We didn't know what this was, anything like that.
Mhm.
And that was the first time I realized there was an escape route.
Mm.
And so that's what I did. I went off to college when I was 16. Unfortunately, the college I went to was a Christian Bible college,
Oh
which
shit.
didn't help matters a whole lot, but it did. It got me out of, high school.
Mhm.
So Jeff in Suicide Notes is really just me.
Mhm.
I mean, everything that he says is stuff I would have said. And most of the things that he experiences are things I experienced. It was really just writing about my life, but making it more interesting by putting him into a psychiatric ward.
He's in a psych ward and he's funny, and the book is funny, and it's also really tragic. And like, so I was looking up, I finished listening to your book and fast forward for the last 50 minutes, I'm sorry, which made him sound even snarkier. It was funny. But and then
I've never actually heard it, by the way.
I was okay. We're gonna ask about that in a moment. So so I immediately looked up statistics for queer teen suicide. Which is, I don't think I'm giving anything away, is a theme of the book, and it's something like 40% of queer teens have either attempted suicide or have thought about suicide or something like that.
Right.
And what I was digging into these numbers, and depression and suicide attempts correlate a lot with laws in our country that are anti-gay or whatever. And as those laws have over the past, 10 years gone the other direction, and we have gay marriage equality, et cetera, like depression and suicide attempts have actually decreased in queer teens. But at the same time, I felt like this, I'm sorry, this is the thing I do where I just keep talking because I have all this stuff in my brain, but like, and so like your book is still so relevant, but also there's this thing going on right now where all of a sudden in our country, like literally part of the platform of one of our major parties is anti-trans rights. And like, it's all happening again. Like, it's just so upsetting. I'm sorry. That's where I went. Like, I finished your book and I was like, this is happening right now. It's still the same, except maybe it's a little different. I don't even know where the question is in that. I'm sorry. I just got really upset.
Well, I know what you're, so when Suicide Notes came out, which was 10 years ago, it got rave reviews everywhere except in the queer press. And we joke about the fact that I've got 15 Lambda nominations. That was my only book that never got one.
Really?
Yes.
I assume all 5 were just for that one.
Yeah, all 5 should have been for that one. So it was really, I still remember the day the announcements came out and I was like, they must have made a mistake, right? And I'm not saying that because I deserve to have one, but I really thought this was a big book for queer teenagers, except the queer press was the only one that said he shouldn't have written another book where a gay kid tries to kill himself. We should only have positive, happy books for gay teenagers. And I totally understand that, except gay kids are still suicidal and still killing themselves. And that book, I still get letters every week from kids who say, this exact thing happened to me. I just got out of the psych ward
Mhm.
because I tried to kill myself. And it's interesting to me because my most recent YA book was about another gay kid, but the secondary character was a trans kid. And the trans kid does not have a happy story in this book.
Mhm.
Because just like in Suicide Notes, I wanted to write about what happens to some trans kids in this country.
Mhm.
The exact same thing happened. That book got trashed by trans activists, for lack of a better word,
Sure.
because it was a negative depiction of what it's like to be trans. And it was really interesting to me to think, oh, here we go again 10, 12 years later.
Mhm.
And I'll be very curious to see if the book is still around, what the response is 10 years from now to that one.
Mhm.
Um,
And what was that?
yeah.
book?
What's that?
What was
That
that
book is called Love and Other Curses.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I will read that one next.
And it's just interesting to me, this notion that we have to give happy endings to everybody because you don't always get them. And sometimes it's healing for you to realize that, oh, other people did have this shitty experience that I had too.
Yeah.
I do feel like I want to point out, by the way, that Suicide Notes was also funny and fun and entertaining.
Well, it's funny, my editor at the time, who I'd worked with for years, she said, you know, I want you to do a YA novel and I want it to be funny.
Mhm.
And I said, well, I want to write one about suicide. And she said, all right, write a funny book about suicide.
You did.
And so I did.
Yeah.
and yeah, people have really interesting reactions to that book.
Yeah.
They
I
either
wonder when
love it or
you're
hate it.
writing, I don't want to give too much away about the book or whatever, but like there's a whole sequence that I listened to once again at 1.5 speed on Audible, where Jeff was coming out to his parents, or actually who was like acting it out with someone else. And I wonder if you were writing that at the time, if you were thinking that maybe that was like kind of a guidebook for queer teens to come out to their parents, or was it just something you wrote? And like, were you thinking about people reading it and taking something away from it that they could use in their lives?
I usually don't think about people reading something when I'm writing it, because then you make some weird decisions
Mhm.
that you might not otherwise. I don't know if music's the same, but
Yeah.
like, do you worry about like, oh, are they going to hear this way? Or do I need to do something different? So I try not to think about who's reading it when I write it. But because most of the chapters are him and his therapist, it sort of just came out that way.
I think it's a slippery slope to care too much, or to imagine how it's going to be perceived by an audience, because then you not pandering, but then you start second guessing maybe that creative process and just the flow of things. And so I would agree that I try not to think about what an audience is going to hear or how they're going to perceive something when I'm writing. But I'm writing little 4-minute clips of things.
Well, this is an aside, but it's interesting. I'm a big fan of Tegan and Sarah.
Oh yeah.
And I remember when their sound decidedly shifted like 2 or 3 albums ago, when Taylor Swift discovered them. And they were very honest about it. And they said, we were tired of not selling enough records, and we thought we could still write good songs, but they can be big pop hits.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it kind of backfired on them.
That's like when the song Closer came out, right?
And Closer was a big hit, but then the next album did not do well at all.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see what they'll do next. Like if they'll make a conscious choice to go back to what they had sounded like before or not. It's interesting to me when artists talk about it openly, because most time they'll be like, no, this is the record I really wanted to make. And I thought it was really brave of them to say, we wanted to sell 12 million albums, dude.
Yeah.
Or I remember when Shania Twain did some interview, years ago where she said, I've got hundreds of songs written that nobody will ever hear because they won't be #1 hits.
Yeah.
Her, you know, her big goal was to have the biggest selling album of all time. And she was very honest about that. And now she's honest about how it kind of destroyed her emotionally trying to do that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you have the infrastructure behind you that will help elevate you to that point, maybe that's a goal you can have. But
well, you know, it's interesting. We're totally going off tangent, but it was interesting to me.
This is my fault. I went
No,
dark.
no.
I went dark. I'm sorry.
It was no, but I think about this a lot because I haven't had a huge hit, you know, in terms of financials or New York Times lists or movies or any of that. But I've written 85 books, right? And
85 books.
85 books. And I have friends who are on the New York Times list routinely. You know, they can crap out a grocery list and it'll hit the New York Times list. And I often think, why? Like, what's the difference? And I was thinking about it when, Sarah, when you played that last song, I was thinking, this could be a Taylor Swift #1 single. What is the difference between Sarah doing this song and Taylor Swift doing this song? And it's not something that it's accidental. Like, people want to believe that if you work super hard and if you're super dedicated, you'll become super successful. That's not true. It's it's not true. So much of success in the arts has fuck all to do with whether you're good. At all.
Yeah.
I mean, I listened to your CD in the car. I have some of your songs on this mix thing, and I'm blanking on the title, but it's the one about you look through your cloudy eyes.
Big heart.
Big, and every time it comes on, I think this could have been a #1 song for somebody. This song is perfect, you know, and it could. And so I'm, you know, I'm not trying to make you feel bad or anyone feel bad, but I'm just like, I'm fascinated by why something hits and why something doesn't. And I spend a lot of time doing stupid shit, like I will look up recording artists because Wikipedia gives you all this information, right? So I'll look up these artists who I think were huge, and I'm like, oh my God, they never had a #1 song. Like Bruce Springsteen has never had a #1 song. Or I'll look at people who did have a whole bunch of #1 songs and they're crap. Or there'll be an artist who you think of as iconic, and then you realize, wait a minute, they really only had this one album that did super well, and everything they did after that, like Cyndi Lauper, right? You think of Cyndi Lauper as this monumental 80s artist. She really only had one album that sold mega well.
Yeah.
The rest did better than something I would do did, but it wasn't huge. And yet she's had this 40-year career.
Yeah.
But it's weird to me how we envision successful people.
Yeah.
And what the reality of it is when you actually see what they actually did.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know,
I feel like I'm seeing some correlations. Like I feel like you have never had a radio hit or whatever, but like you're paying your bills, right? But as like, and I feel like maybe Michael Thomas Ford, you're the same way. Like you haven't had that New York Times best-selling list, but you're paying your bills,
right?
Like, and there's this whole group of artists that are doing it,
right?
But
you know, and it depends on what your idea of success is. You know, I mean, if your success is being on the top of the charts and the top of the everything, then that's one version of success. But I also feel like as an artist, a version of success is being able to pay your bills.
Oh, absolutely.
With your art, and like I am very proud that, you know, for the most part, I'm able to do that. Not, I would love to sell 12 million albums. Sure. Don't get me wrong. Like, sure, I'll
Right.
sell out if someone's like, yeah, give us, we want to license your music for something, but
Can we talk about why you two actually know each other? And it's because of a project that never came to fruition, right? Do
Sure.
you mind if we talk about this?
No, because it's a
Because
really interesting.
I'm so intrigued by which things see the light of day, like which art projects and which just never do, and like how those decisions are made, like who makes those decisions. Like, can you talk about, I don't know which one of you, like,
Yeah.
sure.
why?
Go ahead.
Well, so for years, I had been an editor before I wrote full time. For years, I had wondered, why has no one done a YA novel with an album attached to it that's somehow related to the book? To me, this just seemed like the most natural thing in the world to do, and yet nobody had done it.
Mhm.
So I was very depressed for a very long time and didn't write anything for about 5 years. And I finally was like, and this sounds melodramatic, but I was like, you have a choice. You can either kill yourself or you can wake up tomorrow and do something with your life. Like, you're just not doing anything. You just are just not doing, you're drowning. And so I just said, I'm going to write 1,000 words on something every day until there's a book. And so I did. And I was talking to an editor friend, and she said, oh, can I read that book? And so I sent it to her, and she said, I want this book. I want to publish this. And I was like, oh, okay. I said, well, the character in it writes a lot of songs, and I have this idea of finding someone to actually write the songs and perform them. And she was like, yeah, okay, whatever. I think she didn't think I would do it. And so I approached a couple of people that I knew, and it never worked. Like, they just never did it. And so I sort of gave up on it, because I'm not one of those people who will doggedly pursue something, which I'm not proud of that fact. But like, once it becomes difficult, I move on to the next thing, because I always have 50 things going.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, I saw the motherfucking pterodactyl video. And I thought, oh, this woman sounds like what I hear in my head when I think about this project. And so I wrote to her, wrote to Sarah, and said, I have got this insanely stupid idea. Would you even consider it?
Yeah.
And so we did.
Yes. Yeah. And it was funeral songs for cicadas.
The title was originally called Funeral Music for Cicadas.
Funeral music. Yeah.
They changed it because they said that was pretentious. So Sarah did one of the songs, and I very excitedly sent it to my editor and said, see, this is the best idea anyone's ever had. And she was like, yeah, we just find that music doesn't work for us. So she's like, so if you want to do it, go right ahead, but there's nothing we can do with it.
They're like,
Yeah.
pass.
Well, sort of. I mean, they basically said, if you want to do this, you're paying for it all on your own, and you guys have to figure out if you're doing a record, whatever.
Yeah.
And so we just didn't. We did the one song.
I feel like it was also a time when
It was a weird transition.
like CDs were very much on the decline, and it was like, is this a CD that goes in a book? Is it a download code? How do we get the music into the book?
But like, now it would just be like, hey, here's a book, here's a QR code, it links to the Spotify list. That's the music, like, I feel like that would be a lot smoother now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we do have the MP3 of this
do you
song.
Do you want to play it now, or do you
why
want to
not?
do it in a transition over to Sam Mulligan?
Yeah, let's do it in a transition.
That's a good
over
idea.
to Sam Mulligan.
Like,
yeah,
now we would have done them and put them on TikTok.
No, I refuse.
And we still could too do it. The book sort of didn't go anywhere, unfortunately.
Yeah. I do want to talk about.
I went so off the
Can I
rails with my
talk for a
questions for
second?
you.
I
I'm
want to
sorry.
have. Okay, so I. Speaking of Wikipedia, I was perusing the entry, and and I saw that you were you wrote for a number of gay men's magazines as a sexpert and you did sex advice columns.
I did, yeah.
And
So-
I was wondering, how do you get vetted for that? And what is the research?
Yeah, who's like, we need a sex expert. Oh, Michael Thomas
Ford.
Ford. Yeah. He's
Well,
a sex expert.
so-
how do you get that? How do you
That's
get that job?
That's a very good question.
You're
So a couple of things happened. So I wrote the very first book on HIV and AIDS for teenagers,
Yeah, I saw that.
which again, no actual background in that, but I did it.
But at the time, like there weren't any other
Nobody.
books, right?
No, there was nothing.
100 questions and answers about AIDS. What
Yeah,
you need to know.
literally what happened was I went home and Magic Johnson was on the news talking about being HIV positive.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And I was an editor at the time, and I went in the next day and I said to my boss, we need to get Magic Johnson to do a book on HIV for kids.
Mhm.
And Magic Johnson wanted, $20 million or something.
Mhm.
And so my boss said, guess what? You get to do it because you're free. So I did it.
Did you get $20 million?
I did not. I don't think I got anything actually.
Didn't Magic Johnson actually write that book eventually?
What's that?
Didn't Magic Johnson actually write that book
He
eventually?
did do a book eventually.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was doing, I had been writing, so The Advocate was the big gay magazine. And I had been writing for them for a number of years. And they had a column called Sexpert, which was written by a person named Pat Califia. And I don't remember why Patrick stopped doing it, but he stopped doing it. And so my editor said, would you be interested in doing this? And I said, sure. And so every month they would send me 3 questions that they had gotten in the mail and I would answer them.
Mhm.
I had also done, I don't remember what the timeline was, but I had also done a book, The Ultimate Guide to Gay Sex, for some publisher. I had written the text for that. And so I guess I sort of had a background.
I mean, you sound like an expert if you're writing the ultimate guide.
Well, so the funny thing about the Sexpert column was, they were actually sending letters in back then, like paper letters. And so I would get this envelope of letters, and some of them were just really bizarre. And so we would try to do one really strange one and then 2 kind of legitimate ones every month. But some of them, I don't know, some of them. So remember Playboy used to have, or Penthouse, you have Penthouse letters.
Sure.
And back in the day, it was sort of a thing where you would try to write one that would get published. And so people would write really strange, totally untrue stories and send them to Penthouse. So you could always tell when you got a question for the Sexpert column that they were just attempting to get into the magazine,
Sure.
because they would just be odd. My favorite one was a guy who wrote in, he said, oh, I like to go to glory holes and give blowjobs at glory holes. And then I look through the hole afterwards to see what the guy looks like. And last night I looked through and it was my father, and you're supposed to be like, oh, I'm so scandalized by this, things. But then there were just really sad things, because this was, HIV was a huge thing at the time. And people would write in and say, oh, I'm terrified I have it, or I do have it, and what do I do, and things like that. But yeah, I did that for a number of years.
So I feel like you've had a many decades career, and we've talked a lot about stuff you did 20 years ago and stuff you did 10 years ago. What are you working on right now? What should I check out next?
I'm actually doing this. I'm writing the sequel to Suicide Notes, which I said I would never do.
What is the sequel to Suicide? How do you sequel that?
Well, so that book has such a weird life. It's 10 years old, and normally YA books are gone after 2 or 3 years.
Mhm.
That book has never stopped selling.
Yeah, I mean, the reason I read it, I listened to it because I listen to all books, but is because I typed your name into Audible, and it was the first thing that popped up, and I was like, click.
Yeah. It just has sold steadily for all these years. They never put into paperback because it kept selling, and then for the 10th anniversary, they decided it was time for a paperback. And for some reason, Barnes and Noble got really into it.
Mhm.
And it took off for them and they started heavily promoting it. So I finally said to my editor, I know I'm supposed to be doing this certain book I was working on, but I think we need to do a sequel to Suicide Notes.
Mhm.
We went to the marketing department and they were like, yes, please. So that's what we're doing. So it starts literally the day after Suicide Notes ends.
So Jeff goes home.
Jeff goes home and I think it's Valentine's Day.
It is.
If I
because he
remember.
just finished the book.
Yeah, I think it's
20 minutes
Valentine's Day.
ago. Now 40
If you have
minutes
any
ago.
questions about your book, just
Yeah,
talk to this.
Well,
guy.
so-
Just listen to it.
All right, I don't know how you are with music. Like if you forget your lyrics the second you write them, I do not
Yeah.
remember anything about my books.
Yes.
Nothing. Like I actually have a file on my computer with all the names I've ever used in my books because otherwise I will use them again. And people will write to me and say, why did so-and-so do this thing? And I'm like, I don't even remember who that character is. I have to go look it up. I just don't have that kind of memory. So
I'm
I
gonna
had to
say,
reread Suicide Notes.
the joke on the way out from the novel is, I wonder if my family would think it's weird if we stopped by Hallmark, whatever, to get a Valentine's Day card for what's her face.
Oh, for
friend.
Allie.
Yeah.
Well, so that's there are the two questions one I can't tell you because it gives away a plot point.
But
But
they don't ruin the book.
Oh, look.
no, that's fine. But there's a big plot point in the book that I can't talk about that people ask about all the time.
Mhm.
But the other one is, do Jeff and Allie remain friends? And I've always said, well, what do you think? Because I've never planned on writing the sequel. But now I have to decide like
Oh.
how she responds to him.
Huh.
Mhm.
Interesting. And that's a
Yeah.
whole wow, that's gonna be interesting.
Well, the other thing that's weird is I wrote that book 12 years ago. And so the world has changed but it has to be a continuation of that book, but it kind of has to be reflect now, otherwise it feels dated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's been really hard to figure
Yeah.
out how to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there were certain words that I used in the first book that you wouldn't use now.
I
Right.
definitely noticed those words when you use them. Like,
Yeah.
because I'm now, and that book was 10 years ago.
Yeah. And that's been a bit of a problem because people who are reading it now often don't realize it was written 10 years ago.
Yeah. Or
Mhm.
like, those are words that like I, as a teenager in the 90s used, which I would
Right.
never use now. But like,
Exactly.
but honestly, that's part of what made it seem so real to me, you know?
We had to put a note in the paperback edition that said, this book was written 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And there were some words we took out.
Yeah.
What else are you working on? What just came
Uh,
out? There's something you just had.
Yeah,
just
so
The quarantine? Can we?
yeah, so I have a really good relationship with Audible. My friend Susie Bright, who I've known for 150 years, is an editor there. And she's done all of my books for Audible. And I don't know, sometime when quarantine started 100,000 years ago, she jokingly posted on Facebook, really feel like we should be doing some quarantine titles at Audible. What should we do? And I just jokingly said, I think we need to do a gay romance where a gay cruise ends up quarantined on a tropical island.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And she messaged me and she said, send me the proposal like now. I dashed something off and sent it to her and she bought it. And
Yeah.
then I had to write it. And so, yeah, it's a mystery actually,
Yeah.
that is set in quarantine on this tropical island where this gay cruise has been quarantined after somebody tests positive. And I describe it as it's the love child of Fantasy Island and Charlie's Angels. My ties. It's just ridiculously campy and stupid and fun.
And available right now, right? On Audible.
And available right now on Audible,
Yeah.
which is
Um,
really weird because normally Audible, you write a book and Audible buys it and makes an audiobook of it. This is just an audiobook.
I know Sam Mulligan is ready to
We're
go.
doing that thing where we have so many questions.
And I have so many questions.
But we know we have a guest coming up.
I know you're there, Sam. Sam, you're gonna get all the time that you need. But I did want to ask about like audiobooks. Like, do you as the author have agency in terms of who's reading the book, the production of the book? How does that work? Do you listen to that? And do you have notes for like how does that work?
It's funny because I have recorded audiobooks of mine years ago.
Mhm.
Audible has never asked me if I want to. They don't really say, here are 5 people you can pick. They will they'll say, here's who we would like to do it. Are you okay with that?
Mhm.
I should admit this, I've never listened to one of my audiobooks because I don't like to listen to my own words.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's not that I don't like that they've done anything wrong. I just don't want to hear it because all I hear is what's wrong with what I wrote, not with the production.
I yes, 100%, absolutely.
Like I always wonder if musicians listen to their own records. Like
No, I listen to it enough to say, okay, this is good enough for other people to listen to, and then that's it. I don't go back and listen.
Yeah.
I
Like,
listen to her records. I don't listen to anything I'm on.
No.
that's like I
The
honestly
same thing.
think
You hear everything that could have been better, or you should have done this, or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, and like you don't listen to it as like, yeah, this is my J. It's not that relationship that you have because you made the thing. You know.
like I often think that with actors, like I don't have any interest in acting, but I think if I ever made a movie, I don't think I could ever watch it. Like,
Mhm.
especially in a theater, like seeing your face that big.
Oh, yeah. Definitely not.
But again, maybe that's why we're not Taylor Swift and Stephen King. I think that those people really do.
You think they listen to their books and their albums?
Well, I mean, this is gossipy, but like the writers that I know that are huge New York Times $1 million advance people, they're obsessed with being New York Times $1 million advance people. Like they spend more time figuring out how to get more money for the next book than they do on the actual book.
Mhm.
And I think you have to have that personality to be that person.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I'm fascinated right now with Billie Eilish
Ah, she's
because
so
she
good.
honestly seems really, really sweet. And I kind of wonder, was this all accidental? Like, or is there some machinery behind her that we don't know about? Like, I'm just really interested in it.
I don't know. I feel like it might be a mix of both. Like I know she and her brother are like the musical team. This is what I know. And they set out to have a campaign to get their songs playlisted, right? I don't know how they did it or why they're so successful, but they're like, we're gonna release singles and then go to the next thing. Like I feel like they started with a plan.
Maybe
I don't
that's
know
the
anything
key.
about it.
Maybe we
They
should start
started
with
with
a
the plan.
And
They're
it
also
worked.
very talented.
That too.
Yeah, it's really interesting to me how this stuff happens.
Yeah.
Because like I said earlier, I am not one of those people who will work for 10 years on some idea because I think because I believe in it so strongly.
Right.
If I pitch something to my editor and she says no, I'm like, okay, on to the next thing. And sometimes I think, what if I did doggedly focus on this thing? Would it have become
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, gosh, we're gonna have you back if you will have us.
Yeah.
Sure.
At some point.
We could do like
'cause
20
I could
minutes on
keep
your
asking
Nazi
questions.
bees.
We
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
even
the
get to
Nazi
talk
bees.
about your bees.
I'd forgotten about them already.
We're gonna have to come back to that. But I do want to let our listeners know. You said you do have social media and you do posts. Where do folks follow you if they would like to hear more about what you're up to?
I forgot all about that. I am on Twitter. If they just Google Michael Thomas Ford, I show up. There are a lot of Michael Thomas Fords who write, or a lot of Michael Fords who write.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that next time because the other big Michael Ford is the biggest author of satanic literature, for lack of a better word. And it's hysterical because we used to live in the same city and we look enough alike that we get confused for one another. And he gets my mail and I get his mail.
All right.
Oh. So do you have like a working relationship with him? Do you like
friends? We have to talk about this next time because it involves murder.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Next
have to come
time.
back. Okay.
Yeah. But if people look for Michael Thomas Ford, my website is michaelthomasford.com, and it has links to my Twitter and stuff,
Yeah.
which I do like once every 6 months.
Yeah. Everybody go follow Michael Thomas Ford.
Read his books, listen
Yes.
to his books.
I didn't get to talk about Lily is another book that I
Oh,
read
yeah.
and I really love. We'll have to talk about that next time.
Okay.
But
We didn't get to talk about conservative Christian things.
we're gonna have to. This is a part 1 of part 2
Okay.
series. Michael Thomas Ford, it is so lovely to chat with you and to
you.
change jokes. And we're going to move on to our next segment now to Sam Mulligan, but we hope you'll stick around if you'd like to play some games with us.
Are you gonna play the song that Michael Thomas Ford and Sarah Donner wrote together?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Daniel's gonna play
Do we need to-
Astronaut of Love.
Do we need to put the camera
He's gonna
Go.
cut to it. Go. Okay. Thank you. He's like, guys, that's enough. Gotta move. I
Move
have
the
to
show along.
Move the show along. Okay.
Quit chat.
Hold on, I gotta pee.
I let you boldly go where no one's ever gone before. You took me up to heaven and left me wanting more. You got everything you wanted. Climb back into your ship. Now
You
I
are
might
so-
never get home, but I'm glad I took the trip. Astronaut of love, I'm weightless in the dark. The planets spin around me and universes spark. Now your gravity has pulled my world apart. A small step for a girl, one giant leap for my heart. I wore a red shirt, I was glad to play the part. Your phaser set to kill, I was doomed from the start. Now you've charted a new course, found another number 1, left me light space junk to burn up in the sun. Astronaut of love, I'm weightless in the dark. Where planets spin around me, universes spark. Now your gravity has pulled my world apart. One small step for a girl, giant leap for my heart. Like a little Russian dog that went up in a silver ball. I was never coming back. I never had a chance at all. Now I'm chasing meteors and wondering what's it all about. How long do I have till my air runs out? They say that light from here will take 100 years to fly. By the time it reaches home, our love and I will both have died. But a century from now, when gazers look up at the stars, they'll see a new constellation in the shape of my heart. Astronaut of love, I'm weightless in the dark. The planets spin around me and universes spark. Now your gravity has pulled my world apart. One small step for a girl, one giant leap for my heart.
Oh, we're back on?
We're back.
Apparently we're back on.
I was checking Amanda's temperature. and making sure.
I was just chatting with the other Michael about Ohio.
Yes.
Are we actually, am I
Are we
actually
ready?
on?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, is it just audio? Okay, we have
It's time for the Sam.
Sam Mulligan.
Sam Mulligan.
Sam Mulligan is coming up. I'm so excited. We demand all the songs about pizza, but maybe just some of them.
But maybe whatever you've prepared, and that's fine too.
Yeah, that's fine too. Whatever you're doing,
Does
we're
he have
cool
pizza
with.
on his hat? It looks like there's.
He had a
pizza
donut he
on
was
that.
wearing as like a
Yes.
face shield early on when he was distracting us during the interview.
He's been very entertaining during the interview.
Yeah, I just been
like-
watching Sam.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
I'm gonna cause
Very
any
cute.
problems.
I love it.
Sam Mulligan, how you
How are
doing,
you?
man?
I'm doing really good. How are y'all doing?
We're good.
Fantastic.
I don't know the last time you were on the show, but how's it been since that time?
It's been
The same.
good. It's been the
Yeah.
same. Not too much has changed.
Are
Yeah.
you like us on the cusp of change? Like we all have had our. You just got your second shot.
Did.
I get my second shot on the 11th.
I just cleared fully vaccinated. I'm like 3 weeks past my second shot now.
holy
We're all
shit.
gonna make out next
Feels
time.
really good.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
wonderful. Well, we're gonna step off the stage and let you go because we've taken up enough of this internet.
Are we live right now?
Yeah, we're live right
Yeah,
now.
We're live.
Oh,
Go.
whoops.
You might assume it's
You're
just
on
the chat we
stage.
did before the show because it's about
It's
the
about
same.
the same. Yeah. No,
That's our level of professionalism.
It's perfect.
we're not.
Uh,
There's no pretense.
All right, Sam Mulligan, do your thing. I'm such a fan. I love you, man.
We're gonna mute ourselves.
much. Love
Go.
Okay. Thanks for being here. I'm glad to be here. I'm gonna play some songs with a Game Boy and a guitar and some goofy words. I hope you like it. That was the Chicago Bulls theme song on a Game Boy. I've got a secret. It's something that I've been keeping from you for quite some time. I think it's time that I told you about it. Yeah, I've got a secret. Something you don't expect from me. You gotta promise that you're not gonna hate me. You want me to tell you what the secret is? All right, I'll tell you, but you're not going to like it. That smell in your car that's been there for weeks. That smell in your car. It's you. It's you, Kenji. It's my cat. Wow. Okay. This is a song about people that come over your house and stay way too long. Oh my gosh. It's called The Visitors. When the visitors come and they won't leave, what can you do to get your point through? I see you thought my guitar was a towel drying rack. Well, it's not. That's my guitar. You're using my toothbrush, and you don't think I know. Well, I know. Now I'm making your breakfast. When the visitors come and they won't leave, what can you do to get your point through? When the visitors come and they won't leave, what can you do to get your point through? I bought mint Oreos, I loved them so. Now they're gone. Where did they go? But I think we both know where they went. Were they good? The crumbs are still in your face. Ah! I needed those. And you eated those. I put cyanide pills in your scrambled eggs. Overreacted. I regret that now. Because you're dead. Oops. When the visitors come. What can you do? When the visitors come, what can you do? When the visitors come, what can you do? I heard y'all like pizza songs. We're gonna play a pizza song. Just for you. It's about specifically running out of money from spending all your money on pizza. It's called Broke. And it's not released yet. You can't listen to it anywhere but here. I don't know when it's going to be released. You got to talk to my label. Just kidding. I don't have a label. Look at me. My wallet's dry. My bank account's empty. I'd hypothesize why, but it's easy to see. Spent all my cash on dough and cheese. It's not funny. I'm all out of laughs, so geez, and all out of money. I'm broke. So broke. My financial future is up in smoke. I'm broke. So broke. Spent all my cash on pizza, and that's no joke. $2 a slice, 2 slices a day. Crap, that adds up fast. How much cash is that? Gasp, I'm bad at math. I could probably buy a car, or maybe pay my rent, or return about half the money that I've been lent. I'm broke, so broke. My financial future is up in smoke. I'm broke, so broke. Spend all my cash on pizza, and that's no joke. Cheese prices go up, not getting better. Is it, fellas? It's tough spending so much cheddar on mozzarella. I could cut back, or I could cold turkey stop it, but I wouldn't like that. Those aren't optimal options. A cheese so pretty, and pizza I trust. I don't want your pity, but I'll take your crust. Now, someday if I'm rich, my wealth I won't flaunt, and I'll be able to buy as much pizza as I want. buy a pizza-shaped rocket ship all the way to the moon. I'm broke, so broke. My financial future is up in smoke. I'm broke, so broke. Spent all my cash on pizza, and that's no joke. I got kicked out of my house. It was about time, but I've got all these boxes, so I'll be just fine. I will curl up right next to a big brick oven and keep my heart so warm with pizza loving. I'm broke, so broke. My financial future is up in smoke. I'm broke, so broke. Spend all my cash on pizza, and that's no joke. I got about 6 other pizza songs, but I'm not going to play those right now. Am I the only one who's sweating? It's hot in here. Too many lights. You sweating too? Everybody's sweating. I guess most people do sweat. Often. Daily. Great. All right. This song doesn't have any words. And it's also unreleased. And I don't have a name for it yet. But I think it's good, I want it to be a good reminder that you gotta shred till it's time to go to bed. I'd like to thank my backing band, the Nintendo Game Boy from 1989, almost as old as me. You're doing a great job. All right. What next? Oh yeah. This next song is written about how to wanna be a ninja. It's written like if you wanted to be a ninja, but you don't know anything about ninjas, so you just kind of make up a bunch of stuff. There's also some sweet Metallica references. It's called Ninja Song Part 2. Oh, my guitar. You'll never hear Part 1 because it is awful. What a stinker. I got my ninja sword. I'm gonna be a samurai someday. You'll say he's so cool. Yeah. Practicing my slash. Now you'll give me all of your cash because I told you to. When the day finally arrives and I can say I'm a samurai, I'll also say I told you so. I got my ninja sword. I'm gonna be a samurai someday. You'll say you killed my whole family. Well, boo-hoo. When the day finally arrives and I can say I'm a samurai, I'll also say I told you so. And here's where it gets real. I like to get real every now and then, Yeah, bring it in. And to all the enemy samurai warriors, I've got a little message for you. I'm gonna do what James Hetfield told me to do back in '82. Actually, that might have been in 1984, but I don't know. And I don't care. I'm gonna kill them all. I said I'm gonna kill 'cause I want blood and guts and tendons in my teeth. I'm gonna turn their entrails into a holiday wreath. I'll be hacking and slashing, and I'll cut them into bits. I'm gonna kill them all until they die from it. Actually, on second thought, I'm a pacifist. Don't want to hurt nobody, so I'll just follow the sage advice of Lil Jon. Here it is. Don't start no shit, it won't be no shit. Don't start no shit, it won't be no shit. Don't start no shit, it won't be no shit. Don't start no shit, it won't be no shit. Whew. All right. Oh, thank you for the putting the hands together. Does it sound bad? Sounded different? Oh. My guitar came unplugged? I hope it didn't. We'll worry about that later. We'll worry about that never. This is live. All right. This is a different song. If we were little foxes, would you come over my den? If we were piggies, would you play with me in my pen? And if we were anteaters, I'd let you eat all of my ants. And if we were old people, I'd help you put on your pants. And if we were racehorses, I'd always let you in. And if we were kitties, I'd give up one of my lives so you'd have 10. If we were kitties, I'd do that for you. If we were kitties, yeah. And if we were puppies and you got hurt, I'd be there to lick your cuts. And if we were fireflies, our love would light up our butts. And if we were kitties, yeah, 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 yeah. If we were kitties, yeah, yeah, yeah. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 Disaster. Good job, Kenji. Kenji does not look pleased. No, he's a happy boy. Good job, Kenji. Thanks, Amy. All right. So I think the last time I was on, I also kind of hacked my way through a new song that I wasn't ready to play live, and here we are again. I'm going to hack my way through a new song that is also currently unreleased, probably never to be released. Just kidding. I will release it after I make it a real thing. But I wrote it recently, and I like it, and I hope that you like it. And if you don't, sue me. Please do not sue me. I don't have legal representation. But I think this is a song that some of us can relate to. I'm just going to let the song speak for itself, because I'm not all that great at speaking about it, which is kind of why I wrote a song. Don't worry, it's not heavy or anything. Okay. Yeah. I teach lessons on banter and segueing into songs. If anyone wants to take me up on that, just kidding. I don't do that. The song is about when you know you have to go to a thing, but you're already home and you're jammies and you don't want to go. So that's what it's about. I hope you like it. See, I should have just done that earlier instead of gone on and on about something that wasn't that. And then after I said that, I should have just started playing it. We're all learning here. This is a learning time. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to take this opportunity to participate in the group chat. All right, I did it. Thanks for having me. Sorry. Your band is so cool. When's your next show? Just send me an invite. I promise I'll go. But now it's tonight, and ooh, I don't know. My mind was made up years ago. Whoa, no, I don't wanna go. I already put on my jammies. Whoa, no, I'm staying home. I already put on my. It's a weeknight, I've got no excuse for staying inside and not cutting loose. Of course I wanna come, this is not something I normally do. But as you can see, I'm not appropriately dressed to come through. I can't even find my shoes. Whoa, no, I don't wanna go. I already put on my jammies. Whoa, no, I'm staying home. I already put on my jammies. I already put on my jammies. I already put on my jammies. I already put on my. Okay, sorry if I was yelling. I am sweating profusely. I feel disgusting. I feel like I just jumped in a pond. Thank you for the hands together. I don't know. People are pointing behind something. What are you pointing at? I'm ready to cats. I actually that was the end of my set list. So unless I can play. I don't have to play any more songs. One more. Okay. Well, we can do another pizza song. We can do a metal donut song. We can do a shark party metal donut. Donuts. Okay. This song's called Donut Slayer. This is how to metal dance, if you didn't know. Traveling the lands far away, the Arctic North, the hot, hot South, in search of circular pastries to murder with my mouth. Oh yes, I've taken lives, armed with not but teeth and hands, by way of monstrous jaws. Oh no, I messed up the word. Hey, I'm trying to do another practice. I am a donut slayer, venture into my lair. You'll shudder when you discover 1,000 souls of donut holes. I am a donut slayer, I catch a scent in the air. Seconds pass, you will not find a single crumb left behind. The cream, lemon dew, honey dip glaze. No donut is safe from my murderous gaze. The ones I see are all for me, and they'll have surely seen better days. Straight into my gaping maw, never to be seen again. By way of monstrous jaws, all shall be divinely dead. I am a donut slayer, venture into my lair. You will shudder when you discover 1,000 souls of donut holes. I am a donut slayer, I catch a scent in the air. Seconds pass, you will not find a single crumb left behind. I don't care if it's raised or cake. I'll skip the funeral and forget the wake. Honor thy life, cherish thy death. Make haste, lay waste to dozens and 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 dozens. Eviscerating, masticating. Time is wasting, no time for tasting. I take a dozen and I cram it down my gullet, cause you know I'm all business like the front of a mullet. Jelly stains are all that remains. Jelly stains are all that remains. I am a donut slayer, venture into my lair. You will shudder when you discover 1,000 souls of donut holes. I am a donut slayer, I catch a scent in the air. Seconds pass, you will not find a single crumb left behind. Thank you for listening and for your patience with me.
Ja 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 ja. Ja 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 ja. Ja 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 ja. Ja 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 ja. Ja ja. Chunk 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 chunk. Donut Slayer. Wait, is that Ryan Reynolds? Is Ryan Reynolds on Cupaloo? Can we put that in our?
This is Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not.
That man.
That is the
You know-
CEO of my phone company.
I really like him.
He's great. Funny guy.
I don't know. I just feel like we would get along. He would get along in this show, you know? It'd be
Yeah,
fine.
just get Ryan Reynolds on the show.
Yeah.
Just whatever.
Daniel, can you do something about that, please? Get right.
Work your magic,
Thank
please.
you.
Thank you for having me.
Sam Mulligan.
Sam Mulligan.
That's so great.
Oh,
Okay.
you're a breath of fresh air
Thank you.
Like every time.
every time.
You just bring
like
the fresh
breathing.
You're
air.
just a joyful. Mwah.
Where do people find your shit?
Do they find your shit? Where is
can.
it? Just here?
Just gotta look for it.
All right.
I'm on. I don't know. I've got some songs on Spotify. You can hear all the lyrics that I messed up. I made a mistake of playing some songs that I haven't played in a couple of years, and of course, you know,
Nah.
the lyrics they are lost in the winds of time. But
It's
yeah, go listen to the real lyrics on Spotify, on Bandcamp.
Bandcamp is great, y'all, because
love
Bandcamp
Bandcamp.
gives artists the biggest cut.
Oh yeah, if you're gonna buy music,
Mhm.
like do it on Bandcamp.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna buy
Or at a
streaming
show.
music,
Just go to a show, but we can't do that right now. So
I like putting because you can like put files on Bandcamp releases. So I like putting exclusive things in there. I know for the past couple singles I put out on Bandcamp, that's the only place that you can get the instrumental versions.
Mhm.
I also put the song files so that if you have an emulator on your computer, like a Game Boy emulator, you can look at how I made the Game Boy parts for the songs.
that's cool.
that's fascinating.
I also
love
like putting
it.
like the little the
I love it.
handwritten lyric PDF files in there. It's fun stuff. Real fun.
I didn't know. I need to spend a little more time on Bandcamp and figuring out that. Yeah,
Thank
There's
you,
a lot
Sarah,
more-
for putting up links.
yeah. Thank you, Sarah Cat, for putting links up. Thank you, Smooshers, Club
Thanks
Smooshers.
everybody for watching.
Yeah, we're gonna move on to our next segment, which is Jackbox games, and we still have Michael Thomas Ford in the wings, and he's never played Jackbox games.
Yeah, he's a virgin.
I'm excited about this. He's not a sexpert about the Jackbox games. So
We were just seeing his adorable puppers.
puppers,
I don't- it-
Chihuahua?
Is that
Is that a
I didn't.
Michael
There's a
Thomas Ford? Can you
There,
find
I'm
your
back.
dog and unmute?
Oh yeah.
She is.
Bring your dog back.
She's here somewhere. Greta. Greta, where are you? Come here.
I also
Awesome.
see Rissy.
Rissy.
Oh,
Damsels. Rissy is here to play some Jackbox games.
yes, I am.
Yes. So, look at
This
the
is one of them.
puppers.
Oh, the baby.
Oh, puppy.
Oh,
The
beautiful.
baby.
Oh, wow. Is this? He's like.
She hates being picked up.
Yay.
Oh.
So does my cat.
So that's Greta.
Well, thanks, Greta. Thanks for gracing us.
Show Lils.
Oh, is there more than one?
I mean, I read on michaelthomasford.com that he has two pups.
This is Lily.
Oh, small face.
Lily.
Small face. So
How old
small.
is she?
She is 11.
But she's so small.
So
She is small. She's a
Too
tripod.
small.
Oh, eyes are so big.
Too small is not allowed.
Oh my
As
god.
you can see, my beautiful 3 legs.
She's a tripod.
Oh.
Tripod.
What was she a tripod when you adopted her? Or
She was.
yeah.
She well, it's sad, but she was purchased by a family who let their children play with her,
Ooh.
and they put her in a towel and swung her around over their heads.
Oh, don't
either
do
she-
that.
Either she flew out or was let go, but she hit a wall and shattered her leg.
Oh, wow.
And they did not want a broken dog, so they took her to the vet and asked to have her put down. And the
Oh,
vet said
shit.
no.
Did they
And he
send
took
their
her.
kids to one of those special schools for kids sociopaths?
Yes, yeah, I know. So the vet said no, I will take her.
Aw.
And he removed her leg, and I saw her on one of those pet corner things on the Sunday news, like Sunday morning news.
Mhm.
They had the rescue that took her on, and they had her on, and she had just had her surgery, and that was
Aw.
that.
Aw.
Oh.
Aw.
Aw.
Yeah,
Aw.
All right.
she's a happy tripod.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
she probably gets along just fine.
She does.
Yeah.
And I always think it was a horrible thing to happen, but I think her life actually would have been worse if she'd stayed with those people. So
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad.
and then Greta was also I had found her. I was working with a pet rescue and I saw her at the shelter and I thought for sure somebody would adopt her. She's so beautiful, and they never did. And her due out date, her euthanasia date was on my birthday. So I said if she wasn't adopted, I was going to go get her, and I did.
Hmm.
So yeah, she was my birthday present to myself.
Aw.
Nice.
Hooray. Wonderful.
What were you doing with the rescue? Like, just volunteering?
Yeah, I volunteered with them. So the rescue that had rescued Lily, I ended up volunteering for them. And so I would go to the different shelters and pick up the dogs and
Mhm, mhm.
foster them sometimes.
Yeah.
I had
Aw.
7 dogs at the time. So
Oh,
Wow.
It was kind of hard in a small house, but
Oh my God.
Mm.
yeah.
We foster cats, and I feel like because they, poop in boxes and don't need to be out and walked and stuff like it's
Also, don't
very-
really care about your affection that much.
right. Like
Yeah.
I feel like that's why it's doable, but like that many dogs, how do you do that?
I don't know. It's like we started with one, and then
Yeah.
so all of a sudden one day there were 7. It was a lot.
Slippery slope.
It was a lot, and they had to go for walks every
Yeah.
day. So I'd walk these 7 dogs of various sizes, big down to tiny.
Mm.
And then Lily can't walk on a leash, so she rides in a pouch.
Oh.
Yeah,
Aw.
she's pretty
Uh,
cute.
Well, we just want to take a quick second to thank Sam Mulligan for playing music for us this evening. Y'all should check out Sam, go to his Bandcamp, do things. And thank you, Michael Thomas Ford, for joining us this evening and talking about books. And y'all go to Audible and check out all the books.
Yeah.
Thank you, Daniel Neruda, for making this show happen
For keeping us on the
every week
rails.
for 59 freaking weeks
Yeah.
as it is. We're gonna move on to the Jackbox portion of this game, which means audience, you get to participate for the next 45 minutes or so. And we're gonna play some online party games. And while we get to that transition, I just want to mention next week's show. We have Marty Eisenberg, who is a composer for podcasts and a bass player. We have
so many guests for next
I
week.
just discovered that I may have overbooked our show next week. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great.
And we also have Rhiannon's Lark, who's going to be playing music. She's fabulous. We've played some shows with her in Brooklyn.
Tara Shapersky, the poet.
Yeah, Tara Shapersky, the poet, is going to be on. And we're also going to have H.H. German, who has been on the show before, who wrote the graphic, not graphic novel, comic book, excuse me.
Calico, yeah.
Calico, which has just released its 2nd issue. And so he's going to come on briefly, and we're just going to talk about that next week. So we have a jam-packed show, jam-packed next week. So you should stick around for that. And let's play some games.
I don't know.
Do we have anything else?
Rissy, how are you doing?
Good. I got my first jab this week.
Yes, jab.
Yeah, jab. I got the Moderna.
Yes.
Okay. We're a divided household right now.
Moderna.
Sarah and Amanda both are Moderna. I'm Pfizer. So.
Oh wow.
Oh.
See, I went in expecting AstraZeneca. That was what they said they had, and then they're like, "Oh, by the way, we got Moderna." I'm like, "Yeah, the good shit."
Oh, because AstraZeneca, that's not even approved here, but you're
Oh,
in
yeah.
Canada's.
In Canada, we're like, "Yeah, it's just some blood clots, whatever."
Fine.
I mean, I'm like, I already am taking hormonal birth control, which means my risk of blood clots is somewhat elevated. So I don't give a shit. Just pile some more of that on.
That's
but
right.
But instead, I got Moderna. So
Hey.
hey,
The blood clots.
That's right.
Clots, yeah. Blood clots.
Clots.
blood clots.
Clots.
Class.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, the first day I was like, I'm very tired and I'm gonna sleep a lot. And then the next day I was like, I feel slightly like hammered ass. And today's the 3rd day and I'm doing a lot better, although this area is very sore. That's good though. It means my normally lazy ass immune system is actually doing what it's fucking supposed to.
Indeed. I just want to introduce y'all, Sam and Michael Thomas Ford, Rissy.
Hello.
From
Hello.
Damsels of Dorkington. Every week we play Jackbox games with Rissy and some other folks. There might be a Mananda.
I think she's passed
I think
out
she's
in the
passed out
corner.
over there.
Because
She's awake.
She's awake.
Because
but
she got her 2nd jab, right?
She got her second
Moderna
jab.
jab,
Yeah, and she's a little down for the count. But it's
but
so
still very cute.
yeah. So
She's giving me the finger, which is also cute.
That's adorable.
so
Is she covered in kittens?
She has
she has one kitten.
2 kittens. She has 2 kittens.
Sorry.
3 kittens. She has literally 3 kittens. She has 3
Right.
kittens.
So I know Michael Thomas Ford hasn't done Jackbox games before.
I have not.
So look, if you're looking at the screen, you'll use your phone and
Go to the website.
the thing it says, and put in that room code.
Go to Jackbox.
I'm seeing if my pedal-powered phone will let me do it.
So Jackbox.tv, and then you're gonna.
He has a rotary phone. I don't know if it works.
Yeah. Well, you could you enter this 4-digit code on a rotary phone, because that's what you got to do.
Can you imagine? Do you remember rotary phones? I remember, like, I'd be afraid like my finger would get stuck in it a little bit. Like, it always felt like, I don't know. I used to be afraid of rotary phones because it just felt like
You're
something
afraid
was
of a
gonna-
lot of things.
I am. I do. I have a lot of fear.
Jimmy says #Moderna gang.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure it
Indeed.
surprises no one that I'd play
Yes,
with the
yes,
dial
yes.
in a rotary.
Okay,
phone.
I'm gonna get off of the YouTube chat.
Okay.
I love you, friends.
I've got the YouTube chat on my laptop.
Great.
So I can,
And I'm gonna go sign into Jackbox.tv, and we're gonna play this
Yeah.
game that we don't play a lot.
this is the fibbage. We're
This is
gonna
a
play some
fibbage. We don't do a lot
fibbage.
of fibbage.
Fibbage.
Beige.
It's like, I'm trying to think what it's like. I don't know what it's like. It's like fibbage. Yeah. Balderdash.
Amanda says it's like Balderdash.
That's the yes.
Are you?
Yes, I would say I agree with that.
Oh yeah.
Screen doesn't have to be able to see me though. So
Okay. All right. All right.
Amanda
all
can
right.
see the screen. Screen cannot see Amanda.
Oh, there's a shark bait behind you.
Mhm.
Oh,
yeah, because I had the other.
like
A shark
plug that
baby?
in. He figured it out.
Also known as a baby shark.
So,
Do-do.
Michael,
Do-do-do-do-do.
Do-do. Do-do. Do-do.
I heard
Yeah.
Amanda say she couldn't see the screen, and then I saw you reach over, and I thought like you were grabbing Amanda up like a kitten. Like,
I'm actually scuffing
Yeah,
her right
she's over
now.
here.
I'm scuffing her right now. I was actually.
Mhm.
That's amazeballs.
Oh, it's too soon. It's too soon.
There we go. All right. I think we have room for a couple of audience folks.
Room for two more.
Sam, are you playing?
Room for two.
My phone battery is
Firms.
on its last leg, and my computer is far enough away where I don't think it's feasible for me to participate. So I think I'm gonna watch if that's cool.
That's fine. You can just hang
that's
out and
okay.
mock all of us.
You do you.
Okay. Have
We're
a
glad
great
you're
game.
here.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
watch.
we're glad you're
Thank
here,
you so
Sam.
much
Hung
for
out.
having me.
Cheers, man. Thanks.
Man, he's ahead of us. He already has his second jab.
Sam doesn't live too far away from us either. We might be able to like
Lick him in person.
lick him in person. Yes.
Delicious.
I don't know. He kept talking about how sweaty he was.
Salty. It's
Salty?
like Gatorade, right?
Schvette.
Extra electrolytes. Extra electrolytes. Okay, we got everybody in. Somebody have an everybody in?
No, I
That's
have
it?
sit back and relax.
I have everybody's in. I'm going to push that button. I did push that button.
All right.
All right, I forget what this game even does.
Here we go.
We're all gonna find out together.
Can you put the volume up a little, Daniel?
There we go.
There we go.
else who wants to get in can be in the audience. The audience gets to throw extra lies into the mix and guess the
I
truth
had it
along with
completely turned off.
players. Okay, here we go. This is round one, which means you get 500 points for everyone you fool with your made-up answer. And you'll get 1,000 for finding the truth. Select a category. Here's the first question.
Public health.
The Iowa Department of Public Health issued a warning after a woman tried to lose weight by using blank she bought on the internet. Now use your device to enter a lie that might deceive other players into picking it. If you can't think of something, press the Lie For Me button for half the points. Do it. something quick or use the Lie For Me button. Okay, those are the choices. Touch the truth on your device now.
Cocaine. Oh, these are good.
I love crystals. It's like so open.
Gym equipment from the
Oh, the
Roaring 20s.
I love it. I love it so much.
I bet they mean like those vibrating belt things. Like the.
How am I supposed to choose one?
I know, they're all really good. I wonder what stomach shrinkers would
Let's
be.
see what everybody selected.
That's what I picked.
Oh shit!
Well done.
Well done, Daniel. Damn it!
Yeah.
Curses.
That's what I put in. It's like, you're too close to the real thing.
Ah!
Like,
I did too, but I also, yeah.
there's just tapeworms are too close to me. And,
All
like,
right, choose a
actual
category.
proximity tapeworms
Okay.
are too close in this house.
Well, I know what I'm picking.
Now listen up.
Like, what's the weirdest
What?
category?
Some horse
Was there any other choice,
may
really?
seem odd,
Right.
but the veterinary manuals recommend laying the horse down on blank. Type in your lies now.
Gosh.
Huh.
Oh!
Yes.
I think if you guess the real thing, they should just automatically give you the points for it.
I agree.
Which is like what the game Balderdash, that's what happens. Like if you actually know what the word means.
Okay, which one's the truth?
1970s
How can I not vote for the waterbed?
There's 2 waterbeds.
Your mom.
Oh, Jesus.
Lay the horse down on your mom.
Look, it's still too soon. It's been 20 years, but it's still too soon. The horse, mom, waterbed thing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look.
Oh wow, that is all connected, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Whoa.
It's back. With its legs up in the air.
Yep.
Is anyone picturing a horse boy
Yes.
band singing Backstreet's Back?
Backstreet, back.
Right. I had to put in a 1970s waterbed.
That's the only reason why I guessed it.
Seduction.
Who has a waterbed lying around?
I slept on a waterbed way into my mid-20s.
Time to pick a category.
Really? Was it really uncomfortable?
No, actually. It was only uncomfortable, like, if the water level started to go. And the problem with waterbeds is they deteriorate, and there's not much of a market for them
Online
anymore.
casino, goldenpalace.com.
So it's hard to get them
paid
repaired.
$23 on eBay for a jar containing Angelina Jolie's blank. Write your lies now.
What?
Huh.
I don't know if I want to know the answer.
I mean, I feel like I'd buy a jar of anything
Careful.
that Angelina did.
All right, pick the truth.
Ah.
Nipple
So
fur.
gross.
Huh.
Gosh.
I like joy as an answer. I think that's very funny.
Okay, what did everyone pick?
Woohoo!
Well done.
Oh.
Thank you, thank you.
Ah, dang!
Thanks.
Bam!
Oh shit! What? He just breathed in a
Tough luck if you
jar.
wanted Angela Bassett's breath. She's still waiting to exhale.
Ah!
That was another one where I was told that my answer was too close to the truth.
Get ready for round 2, where all the points are doubled. Okay, pick a category.
Some good ones in there. Yeah. Yeah, I would have picked that one too.
Hoping to keep a little
Is
spice
that our,
in life, even
Bill
in your old age. In 2018, the Minto Communities will be opening a blank-themed retirement home. Okay, enter your lies.
So it's already open.
Was this made in not 2000?
How old is this game?
There we go.
You know, there's going to be a point where, like, retirement
Finish
homes,
quick,
instead of
or
playing
just hit the
shuffleboard,
Y
are
for me
going to
button.
be playing jackpots.
My kind,
Panicked. I panicked.
my kind of retirement home.
Okay, look for the truth and pick it.
Wow. Huh. None of these seem true. I'm just panicking.
No panic.
I mean, a Pokemon themed retirement home would be pretty dope.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what you guys picked.
Oh. Ow!
Well, hats off to you.
So that probably means it's.
Oh, it wasn't that. Well done.
I bet it's this one. Yep. Damn it.
It's nice at first, but there is a severe shortage of shakers of salt. How about some Russian fibbage?
Oh yeah.
So the
Russians'
mini
way
game
of
going on
saying
right now
it's
is
so
Michael
close and
versus
yet
Michael,
so
and I'm
far
kicking his butt,
translates
dude.
to your blank is close, but you can't bite it. Enter your lies now.
Russians, we think so close and yet so far translates to. thought Michael Thomas Ford
Okay,
was doing
seek
like
the truth.
that you were going, yeah, but then you were like,
I had bees in my hair again.
oh god damn it.
Bees in the hair. Bees in the hair. Bees in the hair. Bees in the hair.
Oh.
Better than bees in the junk.
Yeah.
Nobody knows about that conversation though, because that was
That was actually just
before
a
we
real
started the show.
reference to things that happened.
It was.
Bees in the junk. Are they? I guess they're honeybees. Are
I
they
love
honeybees?
this part.
Michael Thomas?
They are honeybees, yes.
So do
Very
you have-
angry honeybees.
Angry honeybees.
So do you have like a nice hive of honeybees and a Nazi bees?
Yeah, so the one hive is actually really sweet. It's the middle hive. There's three. It's the middle one that's a bunch of assholes right now. Bunch of stingy little assholes.
And it was also
Yeah.
So it wasn't like you had one hive and then they died off or whatever, and then you got another one and they're Nazi bees.
No, the short version of the long-term story is bees are swarming right now, and when they swarm, you have to put them in a new hive.
Oh no.
So it means the hive has gotten too big, and half of them fly off with
Right.
the old queen, and half stay with the new queen.
Yeah.
If you don't catch the ones that swarm and put them in a new hive, they just go away.
Right.
And so everyone right now is going nuts trying to fill new hives with bees. So our friend across the street
Here's a
went from
question for you.
5 hives to
British
10 almost
scientist
overnight.
Lancelot
Oh, wow.
Hogben was the inventor of an odd pregnancy
So
test.
you just
To
need
see
to
if
set
you
up
were
a new
expecting,
hive and
all
then
you
maybe
had
they'll
to do
find that
was
hive?
blank.
No, you have to catch them in a box and
Type
then
in
put
your
them in the
lies.
hive.
Oh.
It's very exciting.
And dangerous.
Oh, pregnancy test.
Hurry, hit the lie for me button if you can't think of something. Okay, which one is the truth?
That's the baby.
I'm gonna have to give this to the breathe in a jar callback here.
Right? Yeah, I'm really loving that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Also, the name Lancelot Hogben is pretty dope.
It sounds like the world's worst porn star.
Yeah, it does. Lancelot Hogben. He'll be churning Hogben for you, baby.
Our college pastor when I was in college was named Lance Sparks. And I
Ooh.
also thought that would be a
Who
great
picked
porn
what?
name.
Yes. Thank you.
Oh, I thought it was a character that got cut from the Hamilton play.
Spit on a chicken.
That's
I
really
like
good.
that.
I liked it a
yeah,
lot.
Yeah.
Oh, yay!
What?
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a thing, or was a thing.
Well, it's also injecting rabbits. Is the one that got more popular in the United States.
So is having bees like keeping up with the Joneses? Like you have so many hives, and then like
It is, yes, and I never knew this, but it is here. These people are insane. Like, I'm on these 2 Facebook groups, and these people are absolutely out of their fucking minds.
And blank, they're blank.
noted.
Enter your lies now.
Oh. Ooh. Blanks. They're blanks. Ooh.
So how long have you had bees? Do you have like a honey harvest yet?
Oh no, I've had them like a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you're not all like friends yet. Like it's this.
Yeah, exactly. Well, right now the angry ones are angry because they got moved. Bees are weird. Like they just get upset about the strangest things.
Hurry, use the lie for me button if you're stuck.
But now they can be used to detect COVID.
And we're trying. Yeah.
Much.
It's like, well, here's your rapid test. Opens box of bees.
But it's really fun. I mean, these people are running around with like bee swarm boxes in their cars, and like they're climbing trees when they see them, and it's a very strange season right now.
I feel like we're seeing a little like picture of life in rural Ohio. A little slice of life. Yeah.
The word there looks really weird to me.
It does.
Let's see how things shook out.
Thank you.
Stole their babies. I stole the baby.
Oh, come on.
What?
It's so good. It's so good.
Wow, that was very persuasive.
Swooped in.
Thank you, audience. Oh! Audience, what?
Ate their
What?
opium.
That's great. Those parrots would be high as fuck. Damn.
Toot toot.
Oh,
Chris,
well, thank you. Ha
well done. Well done.
ha.
Hooray!
Hooray.
How about we take a quick break here?
We'll take a quick break. We'll do one more game. Sound okay? Okay. If you need to go, you can go. If you don't want to, great.
If you want to go, I don't know. Are we doing New York now? Like, hey,
I don't know what you're talking
if
about.
you need to go, you gotta go.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All
All right.
Speaking of not listening to your own things, I haven't listened to that in years. I think it
That
sounds
song?
okay. Yeah. I think it's all right. Like I've not listened to it in enough years that I can disconnect myself from that song.
I think it's okay when you're like, if you need to step away from your art when you're the artist, like that makes sense. If you can't and you're like, this is the best thing ever, I don't know, you might be an asshole, maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's good to be proud of the thing you make, but also like,
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
also you should hate yourself a little bit if you're an artist. Come on. Michael, right?
Oh, do I need to do something?
Michael, you need to.
Oh, I need to sign into a thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm very
Right.
sorry. I need
Yeah.
to get out of that. Sorry, I was listening to some sweet Kittens Slay Dragons tunes that I haven't heard in years.
Yeah.
There we go. I
Michael-
like cactus.
Michael is a cactus.
Yes.
Cactus.
Chrissy, is it always sunny in Canada? Because
Well, we're in the midnight sun period right now. That's where I live north enough. Like we're in Scandinavian latitudes here. So now that winter is over, it's gonna be like come June. This is gonna be till 3 a.m.
I didn't realize you lived that far north.
Yeah, that's how far north I live. I live in the land of the midnight sun. So this is just the beginning. Now it's light until about 9 p.m. But that's gonna increase
Okay.
and increase and increase.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Every time we have the show, I'm like, why is it always sunny in Canada?
It's just barely started getting warm here though. Like my husband has been gardening and inside, so he's starting all the plants because that's the smart way to get serious crop return is to
Got
grow
it.
them all indoors and then plant them after Memorial Day.
Wow. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
So you're like a couple months behind. Like I did a bunch of seed starting, and I now have my garden moved outside. What are you planting?
So I plant nothing. I have a black thumb. Like, I kill all plants that I try to raise. John is planting potatoes, corn, beans, some flowers. We also have a big berry bush, so a Saskatoon berry bush, which it's a variety of berries that live in Canada and not many other places. They're like blueberries if blueberries didn't suck.
Wait, you think that blueberries suck?
Well, I think that grocery store blueberries suck. Like they're so huge
yeah.
and they have no flavor.
Yeah, of course.
So like little, I like them when they're little, but Saskatoons are like, what if blueberries when they were always little, but even better?
I feel like my experience with blueberries, the good ones is being living in rural Michigan and going to the UP.
I've heard that.
Them off of the beaches of Lake Superior, and they're so flavorful and tiny.
I'm Schmitty,
Yeah.
here to facilitate all your
My
quipping
blueberries
needs.
are so
Oh,
superior.
and if you're not playing the game, you can still kind of be in the game. Just punch in the room.
Yeah, but also rural
When
Michigan,
I
so
lived in
pros and
Michigan.
cons. Pros and
When I
cons.
had a pony.
Now, round
I did have a
one.
fucking
He
pony.
had a fucking
Two
pony.
keys on your
Oh my
device.
God.
Type something ingenious that will stand up against another player's
Okay.
Although
response.
the one thing
Then
I've
everyone
helped
will
John
vote for the
do
fave,
in terms of
and one
besides
of you will
cook
get
the
an
food
ego
that he
boost.
that he
Points are
produces
scored
is
based
help
on
him deal with
percentage of
slugs. He had
people
no
who choose
idea
your
about the whole slug
response.
beer trap
That's
thing.
quick.
Oh yeah.
And
I don't
let
do
Rissy the Destroyer show you.
So we've just talked over the whole instructions that Michael Thomas Ford probably had to hear.
You just make stuff up, right?
Yeah,
You just want to be
answer the
funny.
question with something funny.
just wanna be
that
funny.
You want people to pick your thing. That's all.
I don't want to do the beer traps thing because I'm a vegetarian and I don't want to kill slugs. Which means they're just destroying my bok choy right now.
Yeah,
They're just
yeah.
Eating it like I go out there and whole leaves are gone. And like I could eliminate the slugs, but also, okay, I should answer these questions.
Oh. Talk to the dog. Sari Cat in the chat has said Saskatoon berries look much like blueberries, though they are more closely related to the apple family. Many would describe the taste of Okay, I'm not going to speak anymore.
Saskatoons!
As having a sweet, nutty almond flavor.
I figure it's okay to kill the slugs because at least they die happy and drunk.
Don't forget your safety quips.
And they just go right in there. Like, they love beer. Well, it's the yeast that they love, but they're drunken reprobates. And there's like so many of them, so many slugs here.
Let's break the ice with... You're 12 years old and you just...
Oh, of course, this is the first one that comes up.
First
Great.
thing you're buying. Okay, choose away.
I love the idea of 12-year-olds buying Bitcoins. That's great.
They'd be more mature than people buying them.
Chrissy!
Moving right along.
I liked to hump things when I was a
It's
kid.
not all Bible study. On Wednesdays, the local church group is known to blank.
Oh.
Ah!
All right, people, it's voting time.
Oh. Gosh. Does anybody here know about Awana?
My cousins were in
Awana clubs? Okay.
Yeah,
It's
they
like-
tried to convince me.
It was a Wednesday night
to join.
church thing. Awana. Approved workmen are not ashamed.
Without further ado,
Is that what it
Yeah.
is?
huge
Yeah.
twist.
They had,
Turns out
they
the
had
monster was
uniforms
really
like
blank
they were
wearing a
Boy
mask
Scouts.
the whole
Uh,
time.
But it was church scouts, basically.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No, it was. I was.
Choose your favorite.
Yeah. Yeah, but you get these cool little like
Badges and shit.
badges. You get these pins where you got these little like jewelry things every time you memorize a Bible verse.
Like a virginity pin.
Next we have in the
Like
dystopian
a purity
future,
ring?
all clothing will be made from
That kind of
blank.
Kind of.
Yeah.
We used to get told that we would get
Decisions,
jewels in
Someone
our
in here
crown
is
in heaven.
messed up.
Jewels in heaven.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my
wow.
god,
Oh my
I
god.
love this so much.
Ooh.
Do you know how many of my gay friends went to Christian colleges?
A lot
Yeah,
is what I would guess.
a
They
lot.
made it gay, yeah.
They also went to regular colleges too. I
Yeah, after they went to the Christian colleges.
And now,
Well, there's some
Something that makes
a
you
Christian
go,
college
"Oh,
like Messiah
fine,
College
I'll
that's
do
actually
it."
apparently quite liberal. And like the professors there are like super cool
fun
is
part.
what I've heard
Well-
from people that went there, primarily Christian women.
They've gotten better, but the professor that I TA'd for in college, the English professor, went to Messiah after she left that school, and she got fired for wearing a gay rights pin.
Oh shit!
Oh shit.
She still wears it. We're friends on Facebook, and every so often she'll put it on in her picture.
Oh fuck yeah! Wow, I would too.
Did she go out?
But yeah, that's just off of the stories of some students, all were women, that I've heard.
Yeah, no, it's gotten way better,
to use as
but they're all pretty horrible. I don't think.
Oh yeah. I just
Now it's
having to go to a college
Pick your
and
favorite.
be part of a certain belief system is real weird.
We had to sign this thing called the pledge when you were accepted. and it was a list of all the things you would not do while you
Oh
were.
yeah.
And our favorite one was, I will not attend theater as a way of life.
They're trying to cut down on theater kids.
So there was nothing in the pledge about being gay, so we used to call that the gay clause.
The gay theater is a way of life.
Yeah, I will not attend theater as the way of life.
Time to pick
man.
the one you like best.
Oh, I know what one's getting my vote. I'm so lucky I went to a college that is the bastion of human evolutionary biology, which meant that it was not a stronghold of Christianity. Like, my hometown is a super blue place in a super red area. But being always and forever full of evolutionary biology is a great way to know that your school is not Christian.
Oh yeah, our school's biology department, he was the leading proponent of, biblical creationism, and it was just nuts.
Okay,
That is
everybody,
the
pick your
grossest
favorite
prompt
clip.
That is
I've
so gross.
ever seen.
I like one of the answers though.
That's so gross.
Yeah, it's
That's so gross.
even I don't eat my own skin tags. What the fuck?
It's about we're about to say. Over to the show. Good night.
Good night.
So gross.
Wow, that is disgusting. Everybody knows they taste like cheese puffs.
Take the show now.
Well, I was raised a rabid young Earth creationist, but it didn't stick at all. That's what caused the breakup of like me and my first crush is my beliefs in the old Earth and the old moon.
Round 2 is here, and the points are doubled, so stop talking about round 1 already.
All right, I'm done.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Amanda. This prompt has you in.
Yeah, he came to visit me at space camp, and I was showing him around the cosmosphere, and I was like, here's a moon rock. It's 4 billion years old. And he was like, you mean 6,000 years old? And I was like, Ksh. We can't be friends anymore.
No sex for you.
Yeah, and that was the end of my 11-year-old my relationship as an 11-year-old.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, you were an 11-year-old?
We were, affianced like European nobility from birth.
What?
Just a few seconds left.
This music is going to live in my head all week,
It's like the Tetris theme. It's like a counterpoint to the Tetris theme.
Is
It's the price you pay for coming on the
an
show.
unexpected
It
song
is.
choice for a newlywed couple's first dance. It's choosing time.
I feel like I've been to both of these weddings.
I don't know either of these songs.
What?
I don't know a lot of things.
Well, the Wellerman is the sea shanty that's been going around since January, and Paradise by the Dashboard Light is a
January.
Yeah.
January. That's
What's the Dashboard Lights thing?
It's a song by Meatloaf from
The
the
Meatloaf
late
song?
1970s about teenagers having sex for the
Yeah.
first time.
I only know one Meatloaf song, and
We're gonna go all the way tonight.
Gonna go all the way in the night tonight. Well, we need to fix that.
And
We
then
didn't know
stop
how.
right there.
Last series.
I gotta know right now.
Right now.
Gotta know when.
Go any further, will
Do
you
you
love
love
me?
me? Will you love me forever?
Or maybe just
Rissy, you
Michael
can put
Thomas Ford and Rissy can do a rendition together.
Yes.
Rissy, you can put that.
And
on
we can
the
do the Meatloaf and Cher one, which is the best one.
Oh yeah, that's good shit.
Why can't I think of the name of it right now?
I think we've got a June show booked here.
Have a June show. It's like a June buzz.
I have gotten picked to do the female part for that song in karaoke so many times, and every time the guy is like, I know you can sing this. I promise I won't fuck it up. I know all the words. And I'm like, you have to swear that you know all the words. And they're always like, yeah, I totally do. And then I always have to come in and save their fucking asses.
And now, pick your favorite.
What?
What?
Ugh.
Wow. So I believe I've promised previously on this show that if I'm ever gonna drop acid, it's with Rissy, and there's gonna be a playlist. So you can put that Meatloaf song on the playlist.
Oh, I definitely will.
It's 97 minutes long, just so you know.
It is, yeah. That's what's so bad about it being a karaoke track that's popular.
All right, choose your favorite.
To bone a real doctor of mine. The only male gynecologist I've ever had, he was so cool. Like, he knew all about like science fiction and stuff. So we chatted the whole time about like our favorite sci-fi novels. I was so relaxed, I didn't even feel the speculum go in. Like
that's the best.
Yeah, like he would, and I was like, when I was describing this to Blythe and Amanda Bless, like, damn girl, did you put a ring on it?
Secure. All right, vote for the one you like best.
My gynecologist, the last time I had a pap smear, told me she won like the award in her, I don't know, in her class for like the smoothest speculum award or something like that. It felt pretty special. I was like, oh. She,
The
like,
silver
You're like,
speculum?
yo, that is smooth.
well, she was in and out the fastest out of everyone in her class.
Next up.
So.
What does Punxsutawney Phil do for spring break?
That's amazeballs. I love it.
Oh my God.
Okay, everybody, pick your favorite quip.
Rodents, but this time they fuck.
You know, you don't have to vote on every question.
What?
Yeah, sometimes you can just chat all through it. You don't have to vote.
Oh, I thought he said you don't have to bone on every question. I was like,
wait, have you guys been boning on every question before? And how are you concealing it?
The next
That's why I'm so
series
tired
will
all
be
the time.
called
Oh, well.
Wow.
Wow.
I would really enjoy watching that. I would be very afraid of the potential of participation, though.
Because of all the blocks falling.
Yeah, Jenga in a car is really high risk.
Yes.
But also entertaining.
That was a safety cue. Ah, I'm impressed.
Wow.
That's the first time I've ever seen a safety cue actually make sense within the framework of the question.
touch the actors to blank. Okay, choose your
Oh,
favorite.
these are good.
Oh,
Yep.
well
Yeah,
done.
that's about right.
All right, let's put a cap on round 2 and see those scores.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Get ready for
Just a few
Whiplash.
points separating.
We're all quip
One
ones
more.
lead.
Yeah.
Each get a
Round.
prompt that needs 3 separate responses. easy
Which
stuff.
means here's where I throw it all away.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, I laughed too much and spilled wine on myself. Right on the boobs. Oh, god damn it.
It's on brand for the show.
Time's running out.
A weird.
Okay, let's do this.
Whew.
I'm a little sad about my last
The 3 rules of making money are blank, blank, blank.
Oh, we covered this earlier.
I thought it was fuck, marry, kill.
And now it's time to vote for your favorite.
I don't know.
Maybe it's not enough nips, nips, and nips.
Oh,
Steals and
This is
very narrow victory.
This is the educational portion of the
3
show.
pieces of advice you give your younger self.
Apparently
Oh,
it is
boy.
the educational portion.
I just want to know what gay crimes are.
Yeah.
Crimes. Gay crime. You like,
Kind of crimes a magic skeleton in a top hat tells you to do.
it's like,
You know, I thought I knew who wrote the first one, and then I saw the second one, and I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna vote for gay crimes every time, I think.
gay crimes every time. Yeah.
Be gay, do crimes.
It's just like putting rainbows everywhere, right?
Yes.
Three things you might yell if you're drunk or have children. All right, choose your favorite.
All right, someone here hears me every single night in my chores.
So I got this in a different game, and I'm like, I have no perspective for this.
I have several chores I do every night, and one of these is 3 of the 4.
Yeah.
Oh, dang!
The only one missing is feeding the fish.
Yeah, he feeds the fish. That's the other.
That's the 4 chores I do every night. I give her meds, I give
The 3
Smoosh her
questions
meds,
you
I
must
do the litter
ask
boxes, I
yourself
feed
before starting a podcast.
Oh, boy. Yes! Yes!
Decisions. Choose your favorite.
Oh, wow.
A group of 2 or more white guys is called a podcast.
Yeah.
Well, looks like Daniel will be picking up the win
Show
here.
me the final scores.
Wow.
Unless...
Doo-doo-ba-doo.
Oh, yep, it's Daniel.
It's Daniel.
Oh, by only 100 points though.
Well done.
I think
sir.
that is my first Quiplash win, I believe.
What? No, you've
Wow.
won before, haven't you?
Well done. Well, thank you everyone for joining us for this evening's Upaloo.
Thing that we do
59.
every week
You can join
for the
us.
past year.
3-titted marmoset was real good.
You can join us next week and every Saturday
Next week,
until
it'll be fun. We have booked way too many guests.
we book so many guests for next week. It's going to be great.
Michael Thomas Ford,
yeah.
you are delightful, sir. Thank you.
Thank
for
you.
joining
It was
us.
Yeah.
fun.
Thank you for joining us.
Was it
And you are
awesome meeting
welcome
you?
every Saturday, because we do this every Saturday night until we don't. So you're welcome to join us for games anytime you would like.
Daniel, thank you for
Thank you,
keeping us on the
Daniel.
rails as always.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sam Mulligan, for all your delightful quippy songs. And
Damsels of Dorkington.
yep. Thank you, Rissy. Thank you, Mananda. There she is. She's there. She's right there. We appreciate you all, and join us next week. And we love you all. Have a great week. Stay safe. Cupaloo. Good night,
Get your
everybody.
shots.
Get your shots.
Get your shots,
And
motherfuckers.
shit